Welcome back to another day of the New Blood AI tournament. We have a couple of matches here for you today. So we're going to start off with Naga versus Shadow. So it'll be Viking versus Viking because both AIs can play Viking. So let's go ahead and get started with that. And Shadow, Viking. I think that we're all set up here, so let's go. So Naga is one of our newest AIs around the community. So excited to see what's in store for us today, which strategy Naga will choose. He says that he will flush with skirmishers. Let's go check on Shadow. Naga building a lumber camp, doing a little bit of scouting. Shadow has his lumber camp up. He's building a mill. Naga doing some boar hunting, some elephant hunting. Building another house while also zebra pushing, deer luring or whatever. So a little bit of that going on. I don't know if Naga, if it seems like he's pushing the zebra a little bit too quickly because of the decay rate. So I don't know if he's doing that a little bit too fast or he might be too good at it. So Shadow is building a couple of farms. Took down that elephant and also gathering. He's also gathering some sheep, but the villagers are not going out. Oh, there they go. So we have a couple of matches today. We have Shadow versus Naga. In addition to that, we will have the DEAI versus Bambi. And the winner of that will go on to play Estes AI Odette. So these are the fights that we're planning on performing today. We also might run a test fight of Rehoboam against a random AI that is not inside the tournament, just to see how he performs. So we might try that out as well. So nothing too crazy today. Not like 10 matches or anything like that. So So Naga's going to feudal. Gathering a little bit with the berries and finishing up with that. I think it's a goat or a zebra. It's a sheep. Sorry. We'll do a villager count. So Shadow has 23 villagers, and Naga has 20 villagers. Hello, Rondi. Thank you for joining again. Third farm going up for Shadow. Building an archery range, 2 archery ranges. Fourth farm going up for Naga. Also has a second lumber camp. Researching man-at-arms. I've gone for an early attack there. Shadow is chasing those man-at-arms back. Shadow quickly taking care of those men-at-arms. Looks like he's going for the attack. Naga's placed a watchtower. A couple of skirms right behind it. Arrows connecting with the skirms. Scout. Shadow Scout pushing the, attacking the villagers. They might be going maybe to that other lumber camp on the other side. Naga's skirmishers are retreating back to the base. Well, appears like they're turning around and going for the attack. They're going for a scout. Naga pretty desperate at this point. Doesn't want those skirmishers around. Not looking good for Naga at the moment. Picking off a couple of the villagers. Naga pretty desperate getting that building up. Looks like he blacksmith, but he decided not to go for it after all. Let's go look at Shadow's eco in the meantime. Doesn't look like he's close to researching Castle Age. He's just focused on getting that attack, powering up that attack, and getting reinforcements over here. He's just planning on finishing off Naga and Feudal, probably. So Naga, so Shadow is doing a fairly good job here. Villager hides inside the watchtower. Yeah, I don't completely understand why my computer wouldn't be able to handle Rehoboam, but I will respect Night Panda's wishes, but I will run just a general match so we can all see what's going on. See if Rehoboam does attack its opponent. Maybe I'll just do a friendly 4 versus 4 or something. It doesn't have to be a 1 versus 1, as long as we just see what's going on. Maybe I'll include some AIs from this competition. So it's just really a test. So it's not looking good again for Naga. The score is pretty far down at this point. I think this is a good point that we might be able to speed things up. I guess we'll keep things at the speed for a little bit longer. Let's do a villager count. So 48. Whoa. 48 to 47. Still about equal in number. Yeah, this might be a good time to speed things up. Go ahead, do a little bit. For the attack. There you go. Now I just surrendered. So round 1 goes to Shadow. Let's go on to round 2. didn't sound like you're too surprised with that fight, Rondi. So Naga's going with the same style of strategy, wants to flush with skirmishers. Both AIs are building their lumber camps. Naga doing a little bit of boar hunting. Deer pushing again. Getting that house up. Going for the mill. Let's go back and check on Shadow. He's building a mill as well. Getting your farm up. Looks like Shadow's deer are a little farther away than Naga's deer were. So Naga's researching loom. This lumber camp placement seems kind of weird to me. Second lumber camp. I know it's hard to kind of place lumber camps, but you know, ideally you would want the lumber camp maybe on this wood pile probably. I know that's hard to control. So. So a good point there, Rondi, about the SN that changes the min distance between camps. So yeah. So Naga appears to be attacking a couple of the villagers. He might kill one here. Yeah, there goes one. Looks like he did a little bit of D-rushing right there. Dark Age rushing. I think that second villager might be in trouble. Yeah, here was another one. Let's find out. No, I think that he, yeah, he researched a little bit ago, it appears. So Shadow's going to get a little bit of revenge here. Going after Naga with skirms. Three men-at-arms coming in right there. That might hurt a little bit. Naga pushing back Shadow here. Retreating to what appears to be the watchtower. Naga has 7 troops at the moment. Six of them appear to be skirmishers. I don't know where the seventh is, probably a scout. This is kind of the same problem that he ran into last time, where he might be outperformed here with the skirms. So he did have at least one man-at-arms, and he's going for the attack. And there's Naga's scout here. So he's holding on a little bit better here. See if he's able to make a complete recovery or what will happen. So Shadow's bringing a couple of lions with him. Definitely on purpose there. So lions come back to the base. Looks like the lions are having a feast on everyone. Oh, never mind. No, now they're just dead lions. So Naga's putting up a larger defensive this time, holding on quite well. And it appears to be researching Castle Age, so he's doing fairly well. Let's see if he has a stable, or if he's building one right now, or he has an archery range. I don't see the stable. Maybe I'm blind. This appears to be it. There it goes. So definitely going to be hitting Castle a lot sooner than Shadow. Hello Marathon, welcome back to another stream. So Naga trying to get a couple of knights out. He's researching some archer upgrades. Naga kind of afraid for some reason. Did not attack with knight. For some reason he keeps on retreating. Now he's afraid with the spearman. Naga doing a lot of back and forth here. He seems to be confused. Skirms might be in trouble here. Naga seems to have a plan with the Mangonel. Hopefully he's efficient at using it. Okay. Got one spearman. Producing another Mangonel. I'll produce a second one. Is defending with the watchtower on this side. Skirms are not as effective right now. Might be a good time to retreat with them. They appear to be retreating at this point. Oh no, they're coming back for more. Yuri. So Naga is defending with a couple of skirmishers of his own. Skirms are afraid of the Mangonel. Shadow hits Castle Age. Scores are very close at this time. Wow. That was a lot of death right there. Killing that villager, going for the mining camp. Looks like both sides have elite skirmisher now. Looks like that knight will take care of that Looks like he'll take care of both mangonels. Naga not liking that one bit. Ouch. Shadow taking the lead, making a comeback here. Naga in trouble. Naga going for a couple of upgrades. He wants to defend against those knights. Naga appears to be in trouble here. This could be it. Naga has, I think, just the one fireball. Oh, he built a forward TC down here. So, there's that. So, villagers are being chased back to... I think we can speed this up now. Rams are coming in. Yeah. There you go. Naga has been knocked out. So good work to Shadow and Fireball. Good job. Goes on to play in the semifinals. All right. So we need to run the Definitive Edition AI versus Bambi. So that is who's up next. So let's go ahead and get that set up. Show off the statistics here. Just make sure I have everything set up right. So. So let's take a look at what Bambi's requirements are before I start the fight. Quick uploads. Just want to make sure everything is good before I start it up. Okay, so it is what I thought. The WK sieves. So we have to roll a dice or whatever on the WK. And if anyone, we'll just go ahead and get started with. I think that we played Magyars last night. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know if there's a better way of randomizing that with just Wololo Kingdoms quickly getting that set up. Let's go ahead. Let's just go ahead and play it. So Magyars versus Magyars. So everything looks like it's good. So maybe we'll think of a better way of randomizing it in that second fight. So this is Bambi versus the Definitive Edition AI. So the AI that used to be worked on by Promi, but now is being worked on by Offwell. So player 2 is Bambi. I know it's kind of hard to distinguish between the names when both AIs kind of, change what they're called. But yeah, player 2 is Bambi, player 1 is the Definitive Edition AI. Oh, thank you, Alfor, for that. That seems like a better idea. And you say that is on the AI ladder spreadsheet. I'll pull that up right now in a second, so for the second round. Oh, it's the old, I think I've seen this before. A second here. Getting the mill up for Bambi and a couple of farms. Oh, it's a it's an Excel macro. I have an old version of Excel on my computer, so I have to run it through a computer. Well, a converter. So while I'm doing that, I'll give a couple of updates. Let's check out what's going on in DE's camp over here. Not too much going on yet. Three farms for Bambi though. Alright, while that's going on, let's go back to Bambi and see what's on its 5th house. Let's do a villager count. So 21 villagers versus 24 for the Definitive Edition AI. So Definitive Edition AI is researching feudal age. So I have the spreadsheet converted, and we'll go ahead and take a look at it next round. my Excel is doesn't have access to XLSX files or XLSM files, so just XLS. So I think it's a 97 version of Excel. So yeah, I'm ancient. I never upgraded on this version of my laptop. I have a newer version on my Windows 7 computer, but I'm not using that. So. Excel 97, yeah. I doubt too many of you know individuals that still have Excel 97 on their computer. So 32 villagers for Bambi, and 30 villagers for the Definitive Edition AI. Yeah, my version of Excel is almost as old as me. I was born in '94, so my version of Excel is actually older than my sister. Really haven't thought about that. But. So archery range is going. Second archery range is going up for the Definitive Edition AI. Bambi just now hitting feudal age. Both AIs have 36 villagers. Lumber Camp just goes up for the Definitive Edition AI. Can't really call it Promi AI because, you know, Offlow is working on it now, so you have to call it like just the DEAI or whatever. We can't really call it Promi. Building a forward archery range, it appears, for Bambi. Interesting choice. Profile. That's an interesting name right there, Roundy. I'm liking that style of name. Being creative. Researching some archery upgrades again. Scores are fairly similar. So the winner of this fight goes on to play Odette next round. And we will be holding that fight after this one. Oh. So the fight has begun. A lot of those cavalries seeming to go down for not much of anything left. There were a lot of troops that died right there. Pretty equal at this point. The Definitive Edition AI has small victory. I would say they could easily recover. Bambi could easily recover. But it's not over yet. Still kind of a few guys left here trying to prove something. Definitive Edition AI, interesting position of the siege workshop right next to the battle zone. Fireball choosing an interesting name off me, or Marathon agrees with Proflo. Great word making. So much creativity here on AIScripters. So it appears Bambi is about to hit Castle Age. It's a little bit behind in doing so, behind the Definitive Edition AI, Profwell. Profwell is leading. It has some ground to make up, though. Bambi does. Scores are not close at the moment. But he is trying to get some of those upgrades in place, creating a couple of elite skirmishers. And it looks like 2 town centers are going up over here, right next to each other. So we can go check it. Looks like he did perform a couple of upgrades from the blacksmith. He has yet to research chainmail and chain barding, so created a couple of knights. Looks like he was able to recover his position a little bit. Might even kill a couple of villagers. Knights are doing some damage here. Definitive Edition AI is putting a castle kind of in an odd place over here. Not really defending its town, you know. Might kill this one skirmisher though. I don't know if that really justifies building a castle over there. Kills the one skirmisher, we'll kill that second skirmisher too, probably. Well, castle is letting that skirmisher live for some reason. It's kind of odd that these guys aren't getting... Oh. Skirmisher lives. Lives to fight another day. Well, never mind. Unique unit killed him. Too bad. He lives. He outlives the castle to be killed by a unique unit. So Bambi's sending in a couple of additional knights for the attack. Taking out that main elf. The Hussar unique units. Just seemed like the knights were able to take a couple of those guys out. Building another castle closer, so this is what I would consider to be better placement. This will be kind of a dangerous area, but I wouldn't expect too many troops to come through here. Bambi putting up a castle. Let's do a village account. 127 villagers versus 132 for Bambi. So pretty close. Bambi is currently researching murder holes and sanctity. Now researching Imperial Age, so he's trying to catch up with the Definitive Edition AI who's already there. DEAI is just Research Cavalier. You might see a couple of those come out here. So Definitive Edition AI just researched elite cavalry archers, so plenty of those units currently on the field. It's not looking good for Bambi at this point. Definitive Edition AI is starting to invade Bambi's town, it looks like. Just on the exterior. Bambi attempting to get up another castle. Will probably be successful in doing so. Hopefully we'll see a couple of additional siege units coming from the Definitive Edition AI. These castles could be a problem potentially. So, but maybe not. He has so many troops that are kind of inside the town at this point that, and he's starting to produce some trebs, so it's looking pretty close to being over, so we'll go ahead and speed it up at this point. Tribes attacking the castle, coming in with the rams. Yeah. And I think we can call it at this point. So, good job to the Definitive Edition AI. So 1 win for the DEAI. He has 1 additional chance. He has to win 1 additional fight here. So I've got up on my other screen here Leaf's spreadsheet that Offlow. So I'm going to go under column D, the Civ 1 tick. So there's 1 Civ for each player. So, but we're supposed to be playing mirror matches. So, Civ 1 picked says Aztecs. So, under player 1. So, I don't think that. Let's read some of the chat before we proceed with any decision making. So, Marathon says that Bambi may fail to hit. He was just able to do so before he lost. Alpha was mentioning a couple of updates, so looking forward to seeing those on the AI. And so either Aztec or Inca. So let's go ahead and I'll let you guys decide. Aztec or Inca. Those are your choices. Okay, Rondi says Inca, so I think that should be interesting. So. So this is the second game between Bambi and the Definitive Edition AI. Definitive Edition seems to have, well, DEAI seems to have a plan on what he wants to do. Wants to flush with ranged units, so I hope we get the opportunity to see unique units inside this match. Placing a nice mill here. Alright. Second game. See if Bambi can make a recovery. We haven't had too many matches go on to the third game recently. So hoping we can find a couple of those matches. So DEAI is going up into the feudal age. Bambi has his, I think that's his second, or is that his first? Wait, that's his first lumber camp. I'm not really liking his lumber camp. Well, I don't know, I guess it depends. Kind of odd that the DEAI automatically goes over here and is able to spot out that lumber camp. So that's some good spotting right there. DEAI is producing a couple of militiamen. Probably research those men of arms. Bambi just really needs to focus on. Well, he's already started researching, but he's kind of behind DEAI getting up into the second age. So hopefully he will be able to recover. So not too many matches left in the tournament overall, folks. I mean, after this fight, have around 6 fights left. I mean, so we're getting pretty close. I guess 7. We still have to do the general versus games god, but fairly close here, really. He might be able to finish it up tomorrow. See who the champion is. You might need an additional streamer, depending upon whether my laptop is able to run the Night Panda's AI Rehoboam, or it's not acceptable. We'll do a test fight after we run the Odette versus winner of this match fight, and we'll just have to see if you guys think it's acceptable, or if it's my computer runs it like not acceptable. We'll just have to see. So Marathon says perfect blue lumber camps. Yeah, pretty good here. Putting another lumber camp on the opposite side though, so you might get, not liking this lumber camp for some reason. Let's do a villager count. So 40 versus 41, so fairly close right there. About the same number of troops as well. DEAI going up into Castle Age. So if you have any thoughts on who you think is going to win this, post them in the chat. We can discuss. if you think that this is going to be a repeat of the first game or something different's going to happen. Bambi's going for the attack. Running into that watchtower. Yikes. That was very inconvenient. Appears that he's sending a couple villagers to take down the watchtower. I don't know if I said lumber camp there. Running into the watchtower. And he sent a couple villagers to go take down the watchtower, but that was unsuccessful. Yeah, that kind of hurt. Yeah. Bambi inside castle age now. So Bambi going for the attack. His second attempt at doing so. Again, kind of running into that watchtower. Appears to be throwing away units right now. Doesn't look like Bambi has much military. Let's check that out. He has 6 units. This is the perfect opportunity to kind of finish off the match. Definitive Edition AI is kind of collecting those relics. And then check to see how many relics Bambi has at the moment. It doesn't appear that he has any. Yeah. There you go. So Bambi has 1 relic. Definitive Edition AI is researching Imperial Age. So appears to be researching Equal Warriors. So you might see a couple of them come out. I don't see any castles yet for the Definitive Edition AI. No castles on Bambi's side either. So Forward Lumber Camp, tempting to go up by Definitive Edition AI. Red Scout did not pick him off, so maybe these priests will convert. Monk, I'm sorry. Using Age of Empires 1 term right there. Priest instead of monk. So yeah, I have a tendency to occasionally call lumber camps and storage pits after, Age of Empires 1 as well. Get into the habit of calling something, a name. It tends to stick with you. So it might not be the smartest move to put all these villagers under the assault by Bambi's skirmishers. So kind of a minor battle here. At this point, I think we can kind of speed it up. The scores are so different that we can try to proceed with. So castle going up for Bambi. As we thought, the Definitive Edition AI just has an overwhelming army. So Bambi really didn't stand a chance. So there we go. So Bambi has been knocked out. So that means that the DEAI goes on to face Odette. And this is the final main fight of the day. Let's go ahead and look at those statistics, because I know everyone is interested. And let's go read the chat, because I might have been slacking a little bit on. So it sounds like Rondi is excited. He's hoping the DEAI wins every game from this point. So Bambi is knocked out. And now an Odette versus Definitive Edition battle. So we can't play the newest civs, but we can play everyone except for that, for Odette. So those 2 newest civs, we're not, if it comes up with them, we just have to restart. So, oh, of course. Odette is mad at me. Okay, okay. I understand. So, let's try that again. There we go. Hans. Odette did not like me for choosing an incorrect civ. Odette being pretty friendly, you know, being a good sport. Definitive AI giving away his strategy. I wish that when I played Age of Empires against humans, they would always tell me their strategy. I need that handicap. So, Odette versus the Definitive Edition AI. These 2 AIs are long rivals. So they've been at it for many years. I don't know if there's been a clear, you know, I'm the better AI or I'm the better AI or, you know. But we'll just have to, you know, see which AI comes up on top of this match. So. Well, I don't know if that's actually true, because I don't know if Tribal Warriors was Definitive Edition's kind of rival, or Odette kind of was Definitive Edition's rival. Maybe some of both. Odette building a farm. Definitive Edition AI boar hunting at the moment. Oh, he's killed the boar. But gathering food from the boar, maybe, is the proper wordage. So thank you everyone who's joining the stream now, and welcome to the New Blood AI tournament. We're getting fairly close to becoming finished with the tournament overall. This is our the last match we can perform today, but stick around after the fight, and we might throw a couple AIs against each other in a 4 versus 4 or something like that, just to see. I want to test out Rehoboam to make sure that he's able to play. So Odette is so friendly, likes to let you know how he's doing. Send me your point two. Do I just have 0.1 Arandi, or do I? Yeah, I just have 0.1. So send me your version of 0.2, and we can put it on here after this game. So we can put on a couple of random AIs, maybe in a 4 versus 4. I'm only doing that 4 versus 4 because we can't do any more tournament matches. If you look at our tournament chart, our brackets, we can't do the General versus Kingdom Z because Leaf wants to be here for it. So that kind of holds back the Maximal being Immortals AI. And we have to wait for Rehoboam on the other side. So that holds back the Morrigan and Promi and / Naga from. Oh, sorry. That holds back Shadow. Alright. I'm glad no one saw that. Got my. Yeah, I made a mistake on my tournament. No one corrected me. The winner of Shadow versus Shadow and Naga. So you guys were just going to allow me to get away with saying that Naga was the victor there. So. Gotta keep me on my toes. So early attack here by Odette onto Definitive Edition AI. Oh, nothing, Fireball. I just put Naga down as the victor on the brackets instead of Shadow for some. But no one caught me when I did that on the tournament brackets. So I just looked back and saw that I accidentally messed that up. But anyways, yeah. So this is the last tournament match of the day. But we'll do a couple of fun matches. Well, maybe just one fun match. We want to save some fun for tomorrow. So tomorrow will probably be the last day of the tournament. It'll probably be a pretty long stream. I mean, 6 or 7 games. Ooh, that's gonna be a long day. That's gonna be a long. That'll be a pretty long stream right there. I think Leaf said that he would be there for some of the games, but not for everything. I think he said that he gets tired after a while, which is understandable. So yeah, then. 4 versus 4 Rio. No, that would just take the fun out of it. That's too much real. You need to have a couple of other guys in there. Just too much Rio. So Offlow likes the lumber camp that Odette placed. Yeah, I agree with them. These are some nice lumber camps. Or 4 Games God versus 4 Rio. I wouldn't, you know, if I didn't see your guys' name right there, 4 Games God versus, I would, you know, it wouldn't take much guessing who would say, you know, 4 Games God versus 4 Rio. So welcome, Games God, to the chat. Glad that you're here. Hope that you're doing well today. Having a little bit of trouble, it appears, with men-at-arms. Games God, I think that you have some good ideas for some future tournaments. I'm looking forward to seeing you kind of host those maybe in the future. Maybe you'll get a couple of participants that want to play on different style maps, and that will be. This is more of a kind of standard tournament where these rules kind of have been in place for some time, really, about the mirror kind of rules and everything. A lot of them have been in place since SD, you know, put them there, or maybe even before then. But this is kind of a more standard. But in the future, you know, having something different might work as well. You know, it's always nice to see different style tournaments. Maybe some small islands tournament. So Definitive Edition AI is having a little bit of trouble with that watchtower. So Games God, since you're going to be challenging the General in the upcoming fight, are you nervous about Games God, or are you thinking that he'll beat the General? Give us what your thoughts are on that fight. Maybe the winner of this tournament will be someone no one expects. You know, if you look at our brackets for just a moment, you'll notice that there's only one round 1 competitor left, and that's Games God. So he's he is the last survivor of round 1, and there's only one round 2 person left, and that's Marathon / Thermopylae. But he hasn't challenged Rehoboam yet. So they're, they have some tough fights ahead of them, but it's not impossible. Legends have been defeated before, so. Just have to go into it with a positive, some positive thoughts, I know Games God wants to get revenge on barbarians, so for the King of Arabia tournament. So Definitive Edition is inside Castle Age here, attacking Odette. It looks pretty one-sided at this point. I'm going to speed things up. The score is so different at this point. I'd be very surprised if researching Imperial Age here or DEAI, so it's looking pretty one-sided. That'll do it. Alright. So DEAI beat Odette. Odette sounds a little bit sad. Don't worry, Odette. You'll have a second opportunity here. Alright, so round 2. We're off. Burmese. I was hoping for something different because we had Burmese one of the other times where we chose random civs. I was hoping maybe for Japanese or Vikings or I don't know, Britons. So this is Odette's opportunity to come back for a win. So we go into the third round. Rondi sounds like he's kind of rooting for Odette inside the crowd. It sounded kind of sad the first Rondi, I thought that you were kind of rooting for DE last time, so now are you kind of rooting for Odette? Who are you kind of rooting for? Oh. Yeah, he might have bugged out a little bit. But it wasn't really that close of a match. I don't really understand completely what happened with Odette. I have to see if he makes a comeback here. Oh, that's a... I thought they were going to let the gear escape. Good wording there, Rondi. That's a good way of phrasing it. Root for nice games. Just because Odette lost its first round doesn't mean it won't win this time, so... So DEAI is going up into Feudal Age. Odette seems to be a little bit behind at this point. But that could just be because of villager population, question mark? No, both have 21 villagers. Yes, definitely root for Serpent, Rondi. Yeah. That's probably, a good AI for you to root for. So Odette's scout is taking a look, trying to find what's out there. Pretty close to Definitive Edition's town center. So DE is going for built the barracks and is building the archery range right now. Odette hitting the Feudal Age. So both AIs are inside Feudal Age right now. Score's pretty close at the moment. Everything is on the line for Odette at the moment. If he loses, he's out. Building an archery range, 2 archery ranges, and a watchtower, and is going for the attack. doesn't want to get next to that town center. Scout's not really doing too much damage overall here. It's so I'm having a special guest hop on. So it's Philosopher, and he's joining us right now. Hello, Philosopher.
Hello there. Hi. How are you doing?
Doing well. So this is the last match that we're doing of the day. Well, last tournament match that we're doing of the day. So
nice.
But I guess since you're here, we could actually switch the streaming over to you, and you could, because you know the Rehoboam challenge is what the problem is. But we'll save that for tomorrow. I think that'll be better. But
sure thing.
So this is the definitive edition AI versus Odette at the moment.
Cool.
So pretty close at the moment. Both AIs are. Odette seems to be having a little bit of trouble with. Wants to attack the archers, but is having trouble with those spearmen pushing him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, so welcome back. I hope that you're doing well today, Philosopher, and thank you for joining the stream. So we're going to be doing a test fight after after we're done here, just to see how Rehoboam does on my computer. So we're going to do a 4 versus 4. So it'll just be a.
Cool.
So we're going to do one of those before we head off for the day. So.
That sounds fun. That sounds like fun. Can I play in it?
No, Philosopher. You cannot play in the 4 versus 4. You have to watch.
But I'm an AI. Damn it.
You can either one. I have Cal and I have your other AI. You can choose one of them.
All right. Okay, it has to be one.
Yes, you cannot have both in the 4 versus 4.
Can I have my new one?
That may work. I'll go out and download it after this is.
Yeah, it plays melee only. Is it on the Raid 2020?
All right. That
sounds good.
That sounds good. We'll take a look at that after.
It's not been on stream before, has it? Or I guess it was when. You've not seen it on stream. You've not streamed it. That'd be fun. Yeah.
So we'll take a look at that after we're done here.
I just want to co-cast if that's okay. If you stream and I co-cast.
Yeah, I mean you're on here, so
thanks.
We're all streaming. Oh, we're streaming right now, and
yeah, that's it.
So we're going to, of course, get this done. First, it looks like definitive edition AI is kind of pushing Odette back inside the base here, so it's kind of getting to a tricky situation.
For sure.
So, do you think that Odette can make a recovery here, or do you think that Odette is done for?
I'm sure the deck can make a recovery, but whether she will is another matter. Right?
Yeah.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
So, if you are in the crowd right now and you don't know where the tournament brackets are, I will post a link in there in here for you, so you all can take a look at the tournament. So that's the link to the tournament. So go ahead and check it out if you haven't done so already. And
for sure.
So only around, I want to say, 6 or 7 matches left. So tomorrow will probably be the last day for the tournament. We'll have our winner.
Yeah, so, definitely. That's going to be fun.
If you want to stream tomorrow, Philosopher, you can, because I know the Night Panda wants.
I want to. Yes. We'll have to see how I feel.
if you don't stream, then I will be streaming. So
I think I'm more down for co-casting. Is really relaxing for me. Let's put it this way: I know people praise that I do a good job of being the main caster, but it's very exhausting for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe the Rehoboam will be casted on my computer. Hopefully it'll work. I know some people are against it, but you know, you make do with what you have, right? So
right, yeah. So I think I can, when I'm not main casting, then should still be able to co-cast. It's just I can't really take the pressure of always being the main caster, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think we know what's going to happen here. Let's speed it up.
But I'm not a co-caster, I'm a jester. I've even got a jester's hat at the moment.
All right, so Odette has surrendered, and he is knocked from the tournament. So that means that the Definitive Edition AI goes on to the next round, and he will either be playing Immortal or the winner of Games God versus the General. So that's what will happen there. So we have two.
Poor Odette. I loved Odette. Great AI.
Yeah.
Hats off to Odette.
Yep. SD.
So hats off to SD for Odette, and hats off to Odette for existing.